All right, everybody, welcome back. Got another one for you today. This one, unfortunately, has been discontinued, but I decided to go ahead and put it on the channel. I've been wanting very much to do a review on this, but another part of me was telling me not to. I'm giving in to the part of me that is telling me to do so. So, here it is. Let's get into it. Let's talk blades, because that's what we're into. This is a cold steel for you today. The cold steel spike. And this isn't just the normal spike, this is the scimitar version. It comes in a Secure X sheath, and yes, it comes in a ball lanyard, military ball, necklace thing. I couldn't even find the words, got a little brain fart there. So this is a fantastic knife if you're able to find it. Don't expect it to be cheap. I've been looking, and I think maybe one or two places still have this sort of thing. You could find this on eBay. I think I found one on eBay, but it's not cheap. You're probably going to look at something close to 100, if not a little over. They do have some variation of this, a more recent variation of the cold steel spike. It's got a rubberized or plastic handle. Not similar to this because it's the scimitar version. It's got like a straight design. It's going to be something under 30, under 40 bucks. So, if you want to look into that, I kind of found that was all I could really find on Amazon. I thought that they were still selling this sort of thing, and I guess not. So, it keeps it in place pretty well. The Secure X sheath is really secure. The only problem is that rattling. If that bothers you, then probably not the best thing to have this. And you know how I feel about neck knives. I am not a huge fan of neck knives. I think that you're just inviting somebody to tug on whatever you have around your neck, especially if it's on the outside of your shirt. This is a full-size knife. It is, in my genuine opinion, it's a full-size knife. So having this around your neck is inviting any altercation just to have that much more control on the opposite end. Somebody can just easily grab it and take it out with the right speed and force. So enough of that. Here's the blade. There it goes. It says The Spike and Cold Steel Taiwan. This is the scimitar version, like I said, for the 1000th time. Got the little ball end right here. It's got a hooked handle and very, very light jimping. I mean, from the side, you would think that there's jimping, and you look on the top, it's not really there. Provides a little bit of, I don't know, grip, maybe? The reason why I bought the scimitar version was because it didn't look like all the rest that were displayed. This is relatively light, and from what I understand, it is an AUS 8 steel. And if you can't already tell, this thing has a bit of a design flaw that's kind of a safety issue. And I'm pretty sure you can see that. Right on the spine of the blade right here, yes, it is an edge. There's an edge right here. I'm sliding my thumb on it, and it is relatively sharp. Not sharp enough to really, really cut, but it is sharp enough to where it can break the skin. And I know that because when I first got this knife and I pushed the Secure X sheath off of this to click it open and slide it out, my thumb went across this, and I was like, whoa. And I look, and my thumb was bleeding a little bit. I mean, it wasn't like super sharp, but it's still relatively sharp right there. I can feel it. It has an edge, a little bit of an edge right there. Could that be a design flaw? I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. It's kind of dangerous. I mean, if you can hear this, that's me doing this. So, maybe that's the reason why it was discontinued. Don't know. This thing is kind of old. It is relatively sharp, like I said. Very slicey, very stabby. It's got a very prominent tip on there. So we'll go ahead and get into the specs. I want to be able to show you guys how much this thing weighs with the ball chain. and without the sheath and ball chain, if you were to just be holding it in your hand. That is a 3.69 ounces. And then without the sheath, we're looking at a 2.52 ounces. Sorry, I know the lighting's a little bit weird right now. You can barely see that. I'm so sorry, guys. I just now noticed it. Okay, sorry about that. And then, of course, we'll go ahead and get into the length. So overall, you have a 4.5 inch blade, but about a 3 3/4 inch cutting edge. 8 1/8 inch altogether length. And of course, we'll go ahead and get into calipers and see how wide everything is. So at the blade, you're looking at a 3.1. At the handle, you were looking at a 6.9. So, my overall thoughts on this knife. I've only carried it... This is going to sound ridiculous. I've only carried it twice. The first time was when I first got it. And yeah, that is a cord-wrapped handle. They don't do that anymore. I've heard stories about the people's cord-wrapped handles coming undone. And I've seen pictures, but mine hasn't. It's kind of gotten spaces right here in the rounds, I guess. But it's not, I mean, it's not too bad. It still has a little bit of grip. When I carried this knife, the first time I carried it was when I first got it, and then the second time I carried it was just off a whim because I was tired of carrying something else. But I would much rather carry a folding knife than a fixed blade that would just be dangling from my neck. And of course, naturally, when you're holding this knife, you want to have as much control. My thumb doesn't want to land too much in the saber grip portion right here, as much as it wants to land kind of right here, which I can feel how sharp that is right there. And if you're cutting something and you have your thumb on this, you will cut yourself on this. So it's just one of those things where I think it was only meant for just the saber grip or just the hammer grip. And stabby stabby, pokey pokey, slashy slashy. If that is something that you are, it's very thin, like I said, it's like pencil thin. But it's a nice little neat kind of, shiv. When I got this, it was around about like 40 to 60, so it was not cheap. But it was a cold steel product, and at the time I was a cold steel enthusiast. I really, really liked cold steel. That was the only knife that I really wanted was cold steel knives. That was the only knife I really... That and K-bar. When my collection was smaller. So I spent a little bit more money on more interesting knives, and then I started getting into other knife companies. So if this is the kind of thing that you're into, man, go ahead and check it up if you can find it. Good luck to you. Let's go ahead and do a size comparison with the knife I'm carrying right now, the lightweight Man X2. With the CTS BD1 steel and the fiberglass reinforced Palmer handle. And there it is. So you're practically looking at a knife that is about the size of a PM2. Pretty close. I mean, I'm tip to tip. And then the handle's it sticks out a little bit more because of, that. But this is what I'm carrying right now, and I love this knife. I really do. I hate plastic handles. Hate plastic handles, but this one's an exception. This, on the other hand, I've only carried it twice, and now I just have it just because. Let's see how sharp it is. I'm running out of things to say about this knife because I haven't really had too much experience with it. So forgive me on that. But I haven't cut anything, so let's see. Yeah. you can't expect anything less of cold steel. That's the first time that I've actually cut something with it. No joke. I have not cut anything with this knife since I bought it. I was just carrying it once. Yeah, that tip is... still got it. And I've been missing on sheathing this. Like, I'll hit this, or I'll hit that, or I'll hit, you know, before I get it in, and I'm like, click, okay. So, yeah, it's still good after all these years. If you're into that sort of thing, I wish you luck on finding it at a good price. And I will see you guys in the next one. Go ahead and slash that like button, stab that subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thank you for the support. I noticed that my subscribers are going up. Let's keep it going, guys. Let's keep it going. I still got lots more content for you. I'm just trying not to overdo it on my end. So a few videos here and there. I'm also trying to try different things in the video. Hopefully these new elements might make a difference. But it all depends on whether or not I feel it necessary to add these elements, or I could just skip them altogether and just continue doing the same thing that I do, if that's what you guys like. Let me know in the comments. I love you all. Thank you.